The idea behind the session is that it's a bit of flip learning. So rather than us telling you something, you are going to be telling us something at the end of the session about what you've learned from talking to students for the next 45 minutes.
I'm in a host family. I'm in one house where there's only this old woman, and it's really great. I'm really lucky to be there.
I'm living with my host family now, but I'm moving to residence this Sunday. I am working as a waitress in a pub.
Average prices in London. About what clothes do I need to take? About do I need a laptop or I don't? Do I need like smartphone or like dictionary or I don't? And it was very useful for me.
Do you socialise with British students or with other foreign students or both?
I think both. Yeah, because in my classroom, I'm the only one Chinese student.
Know how to speak rich English. You can understand much better the American English. Yeah, the accent.
But I just want that our school or my university that doesn't have any Arabian students.
It was quite interesting to discuss the pre-information around host family accommodation. The idea that you are a little bit rolling a dice when it comes to host family accommodation. You don't know really where they're going to be, what they're going to look like.
More information would have been good. They'd like a photograph. They'd like to know, generally speaking, have a kind of real profile of where it is they're going to stay and what it might look like.
And the other thing that we were surprised about was that the marketing was entirely word of mouth.
Social media was important, both in terms of finding out about the school and actually as a current student, seeing what's going on in terms of the social programme.
She also doesn't think that brochures are dying out. This was a question we wanted to ask her. She liked to have the physical materials of a brochure as well as the website.
I think either of our students had actually remembered seeing a brochure at any point. However, they did both say that the use of videos was very, very increasingly important and very important.
He found a film on Facebook about the university. That was very appealing. It was much easier to understand 5 minutes of video than to read lots of text.
And clicked around, looked at a few websites, but wasn't really a good experience. He couldn't differentiate between the different schools, and eventually ended up going to an agent.
A lower level of English, those guys need an agent to help them because websites are quite often too complex, the language is too detailed, but they both used agents for visas because that process is really tricky.
And they both paid their agents a fee in return for their services. But Shinji said that if he sends his daughter, he'll book direct to save money.
But now it's not about the money, it's about having an experience that has changed his life.
One key point I learned is that she said it's really important for principals to get out and talk to students like we're doing today. So one thing I've taken back is I've got to get out of my office more often and talk to people like Victoria. It was a pleasure. So, thanks.
It was really good to talk to the students and get some honest answers because when you ask for feedback from your own students, they tend to and ah and don't really tell you the truth.
The most interesting thing for me was that I felt myself useful, and people came here to ask us about our opinion, and we finally could speak fluently.
We need to communicate with English people and make sure that we don't speak our language as often, not because English needs practice and you need to socialize with other people.
I think we really need to spend more time talking to the students. We learnt so much from them and it was wonderful and fascinating, and also they were inspiring.